Hey there, this is WilYaWil, and today I'm going to share with you another great example of people-powered media in Egypt. The initiative and website is called HarassMap, which wants to end the social acceptability of sexual harassment in Egypt. I spoke to one of HarassMap's founders to talk more about the initiative, but before I bring her in, first I want to explain why HarassMap is such a great example of people-powered media. HarassMap is powered by free and open source software. Not one, but two softwares, as you can see. The first one is Frontline SMS, which allows anybody to create a mobile SMS communication hub using this software and a simple laptop and mobile phone. The second is Ushahidi, which is another software that collects all the info received by SMS and displays it clearly on an online interactive map that many people can use. I would like to start by introducing Rebecca Chow, one of the founders of HarassMap. So what is HarassMap, Rebecca?
HarassMap is an initiative, a volunteer initiative, that aims to change the social acceptability of harassment.
Can you tell us about the team behind this project?
Our team is 4 founders and our tech partners. So it's me, Inji, Sausan, and Emma. And we developed the project, and our tech partners did the mapping software and the frontline SMS and got us all hooked up technologically. We have full-time jobs. We're just volunteers. We have no money. There's no NGO. It's just us. So we're always taking ideas from volunteers, people who suggest things. We change what we're doing. We use pro bono help from everything. The stickers we all paid for ourselves. It cost about £5,000, and we each chipped in a couple hundred or something. And these were printed for free from this great supporter of ours. So this is how we do it.
And how does it work?
People can report when they're harassed by SMS or Twitter, Facebook, or on their website directly, or email. And they should report what happens to them and where. And then these reports, each one gets an automatic response with a number to call for services. And these services already exist and they're free, offered by NGOs. Psychological help, legal help, how to make a police report, self-defense classes, all kinds of stuff. But just no one knows about these services. So we're responding to every single report with a referral. Then each report also gets mapped online on our website, and you can see, I think when you go to harassmap.org now, you see a zoomed in picture of Cairo, but it's actually all of Egypt. So you can see the locations and the frequency. So you'll see patterns emerging, Medinat Nasr is the worst place right now. Tahrir, that area was having one of the highest rates, and also Muhandisin and Dobi. These were the places that had the highest number of reports, and you can see it in a very, very easy to understand way. It's just a picture and a lot of red dots in different neighborhoods, and you can zoom in and see the text of the actual reports. So you can see what happened and when it happened and everything. And so we're using this map in a couple different ways. So we share it with the other NGOs that are working on this issue because they're doing advocacy. We don't do advocacy ourselves because all these other NGOs are doing it. Also to police, because they already have a policy that they increase their presence in areas with high harassment, but they have no mechanism for determining where those areas are. Aside from that, our main purpose actually for the map is we use it to target areas for community outreach.
Can you tell us more about community outreach that HarassMap does?
We have about 200 volunteers now who, are just people like us. They want to do something, and we kind of bring them together and give them a short prep, a briefing on okay, so You want to like do community outreach in your neighborhood. Here's a map of your neighborhood so you can show the people you talk to what your neighborhood looks like. Here's like a list of like common excuses that you hear. So it's the girl's fault because of how she's dressed. You know, here's an answer. Like just as many veiled girls get harassed and munaqabat as like, you know, people who aren't. It's about sexual frustration. Okay, here's the answer. Like young kids, like 10-year-old kids, and like old men and married men, and like they all harass. It's socioeconomic. Okay, like here's your answer. Like, you know, people riding around in BMWs harass women just as much. You know, so we try and like prep them with like this information, and we give them some like physical materials, like say this is our safe area sign, and we ask them to go to people who have a presence in their street. So shop owners, people with the koshk, the askeri standing there. We get stores to agree to be safe areas, and we take their information and we're going to post it on our website in a special section so that people can patronize the safe stores. And we're doing the same in mass transportation. So buses, microbuses, and taxis. We're going to take the people's numbers and post them so they can tell if, like, you know, women can find safe rides.
What's the philosophy behind HarassMap?
Our philosophy is that we need to move past awareness. Like, awareness, it's still important. There are a lot of people out there who who don't really understand the issue, who don't believe it exists, and all of this stuff. But there's also, at this point, a lot of people who do. What we do is we ask these guys who are always in the streets to be watchful, like, stop ignoring. Because this is one of the biggest problems, you know? No one sees it. It happens all the time and no one sees it. So stop ignoring, and then when you see it, like, say something to the guy. Like, don't stay silent. Don't criticize the girl. Like, if she needs a place to go, let her be somewhere safe, like in your shop or something. But like, say something to the harasser that says, like don't fight with him, but say like, this isn't okay in our neighborhood. You know, this is like, it's not acceptable here in our streets. And like, this is what used to happen 30 years ago, 20 years ago, you know? Like, it was just random people in the street that prevented harassment from happening by, like, you know, talking to the guys who do it. And we want to like bring back this kind of action. Like, okay, you're aware, but like now take an action, you know? And that's what's going to change this issue, in our opinion, you know? Like, taking it past talking.
Thanks a lot, Rebecca, for your time, and best of luck to you and your team with this inspiring project. There's nothing left here except for you to visit the HarassMap website. As you can see, the website address is harassmap.org. The spelling's on the screen. Okay folks, until next time, you can find me online to follow and to read about Egypt and people-powered media. I'm on Twitter. My name is @WilYaWil. And my blog address is wilyawil.com. Salam.